Greetings. My name is Nigella Norwood, and I'd like to welcome you to this online training session on data analytics in the classroom. With the increase of technology in schools, there are more opportunities for data gathering and analysis in education. Training objectives. Participants will be able to define common terminology related to data analytics in education, understand key concepts related to data analytics, identify uses for data analytics in the classroom, identify tools for data analytics in the classroom, explore SAS as a data resource. What is data analytics? Data analytics can be defined as the science of collecting, organizing, and analyzing very large sets of data in order to identify patterns and draw conclusions. With data analytics, you draw insights from sources of raw information. Many of the techniques and processes of data analytics have been automated into mechanical processes and algorithms. An algorithm is a set of rules for accomplishing a task in a certain number of steps. Data analytic techniques can reveal trends that would otherwise be lost in a mass of information. Data analytic terms in education. Data isn't a new thing. Teachers have always been data workers. They assess students' understanding of materials based on test scores, classroom engagement, quality of work, with the goal of improving their understanding. Student data is one of the most powerful tools to inform, engage, and create opportunities for each student. Student level data. Any information that educators, schools, district, and state agency collect on individual students is considered student level data. This includes personal information such as a student's age, gender, race, and place of residence, enrollment information, the school a student attends, a student's current grade level, years of attendance, and the number of days a student was absent, and academic information, the courses a student completed, the test scores and grades a student earned, and the academic requirements a student has fulfilled. Data-driven decision making. This is the systematic collection, analysis, examination, and interpretation of data to inform practice and policy in educational settings. Metadata. Metadata is data that provides information about other data. Three distinct types of metadata exist: descriptive metadata, structural metadata, and administrative metadata. Input data. Student characteristics such as demographics, prior academic performance, transfer records, native language. Data process. Data generated during the teaching, learning, and assessment processes, both within and beyond the physical classroom premise, such as lesson plans, methods of assessments, classroom management. Context data. The curriculum, such as subject syllabus, including learning outcomes, and additional educational programs. Outcome data. Students' achievements in classroom-based formative assessments, homework, standardized tests, national exams. Educational data literacy for teachers. The ability to accurately observe, analyze, and respond to a variety of different kinds of data for the purpose of continuously improving teaching and learning in the classroom and school. Data analytic concepts. Using multiple sources of data. These can include formative assessment and demographic data. Interpreting data accurately. Distinguishing between observation and inference. Critically examining the assumptions and the cultural biases that influence one's data interpretation. Applying basic metrics accurately. Examples: percentages, percentile, percentage change, and percentage point change. Accurately interpreting line graphs, bar graphs, and scatter plots. Understanding of the importance of reliability, consistency, or likelihood of producing similar results again. Validity, which is measuring what is intended, and cultural sensitivity and fairness. The last data analytic concept: learning analytics and educational data mining. Learning analytics or educational data mining is the growing externalization of learning activity, that is, capturing how learners interact with content and the discourse they have found around learning materials, as well as the social networks they form in the process. Why use data analytics in the classroom? Data gives you something tangible that you can show parents, so it's no longer connected to, oh, she really likes my child, or maybe she doesn't like my child. It's all based on information that you get. Teachers. It can help teachers know where their students are excelling and struggling. A simple analysis of existing institutional data could raise the profile of potential at-risk students or reveal attendance or assignment submission patterns that indicate the need for additional support. Teachers may want to personalize instruction to keep every student on track to success. Teachers can use educational data for self-evaluation and to help improve their teaching practice when they have an understanding of data's purposes, value, and uses for improving instruction. Students. Data must be used to support student learning and to ensure that each student's individual needs are met. Parents. Others involved in a student's life can use the data to create opportunities for them to succeed. Administrators. School and district leaders and other administrative staff can promote effective data use by understanding how to gather and use student learning data, administrative data, and other classroom performance data to identify, aggregate, and individualize student needs and set goals for the district or school. Empowering teachers with data and the skills to use them to improve instruction increases their ability to meet with schools' policies goals. Data gives you something tangible that you can show students, parents, and administrators. Why is the use of data analytics increasing? 1, there is an increase in data quantity. 2, there are improved data formats. 3, there have been advances in computing. And 4, there is increased sophistication of tools available for analytics. Data analytics and teaching. What ways to use data analytics in the classroom? Gather your data, use student data to improve instruction, and tools to support data analytics. Where to gather your data. From the classroom, formative assessments such as exit slips and brief quizzes. Observations of students in the classroom. Projects, essays, and exams. Summative assessments such as literary analysis essays or end-of-unit science exams. Number 2, from cumulative files. From a child's cumulative files, you can sometimes see a dramatic change at a specific point during the school's journey. Number 3, from standardized test scores. Standardized test results, along with other data such as in-class assignments and observation, should be used when making instructional decisions. Standardized test data reveals how students perform, advanced, proficient, basic, and below basic. This can help inform you to choose student groups a specific way, to create seating charts, and to differentiate for individuals. Using student data to improve instruction. Personalized learning experience. Once student learning data has been collected properly, it's time to put it to use. A popular use of student data is to inform instruction for a more personalized learning experience based on a student's learning style or comprehension level. Growth measurement. Student knowledge and comprehension should be collected at the beginning and end of each unit so that teachers can gauge how much each student learned. Furthermore, if the data suggests that most students did not reach the level of comprehension required, teachers can dig into the data to find out why and take different approaches to the lesson. Tools to support data analytics. A component of utilizing data the right way in schools is to have the tools that helps you to collect, organize, and analyze the student and teacher data for maximum efficiency. It's important that teachers get the training and support they need to create tests and activities for data collections. In this training session, we will talk about 3 different tools that can be used in the classroom. They are class data, Bright Bytes, Blackboard, or Moodle. The first tool that I'll walk you through is called Class Data. It's located at the klassdata.com website. Going through class data, you run through Smart Class. Smart Class is a learning analytics solution that can be used by any virtual learning system to measure and analyze the learning process at any time throughout these environments. Open source and multi-platform technology integrates your e-learning solution or LMS learning management system through a simple and easy dashboard directly embedded in the control panel as a new tab. Many teachers have found the class data works well for data analytics in their classroom. Class data, or Smart Class, falls under a descriptive learning analytics tool. Other tools in that category would be Ignite, Moodle, which has a learning analytic enhanced rubric, or Moodle Level Up. A second tool that's common in the classroom is a predictive learning analytics tool. It's called Bright Bytes. It basically serves as an early warning system. Bright Byte gives information related to early warning in the school, the district, and the state. At the website, you can click on School and see an example of risk prediction. With this example, it identifies an at-risk student early and helps to intervene with necessary support. It shows you how it can deliver timely, insightful information to drive collaboration and support instruction decisions. The last tool that I'll mention for this training session is often seen in Blackboard or Moodle. It involves adaptive quizzes. It focuses on data type 2, which is performance and assessment activities. The outcomes may be to identify patterns within student profile data and to predict future trends in students' progress. Now let's move on to best practices for using data in the classroom. Make sure that your lesson and assessment goals are aligned. In order to gain meaningful data, it is critical to make sure that any assessment you administer aligns with the central purpose of the lesson it follows. Be transparent about assessment goals and scales. Students should know exactly how they are being or will be assessed throughout the course of a lesson. Number 3, use your data to make a plan. The point of gathering data is to formulate a course of action. Every assessment, both formal and informal, should be given with the possibility of having to reinforce learning. Knowing that individual students learn in different ways, many schools today have adopted the idea of personalized learning as their pedagogical approach. They assess each student on their learning needs, interests, aspirations, and cultural backgrounds to create a personalized education program designed to maximize education outcomes. Number 4, talk to your students about their data. Take the opportunity to sit students down, study their recent data with them, and get their opinions on how recent assessments have gone. Discuss what they found challenging, as well as areas where they excelled and improved. SAS. SAS stands for Statistical Analysis System. SAS is a software suite developed by SAS Institute for advanced analytics, multivariate analysis, business intelligence, data management, and predictive analytics. Do you know where SAS began? That's right. SAS was developed at North Carolina State University from 1966 until 1976, when SAS Institute was incorporated. SAS was further developed in the 1980s and 1990s with the addition of new statistical procedures, additional components, and the introduction of JMP. A social media analytics product was added in 2010.
Hi, I'm Mary Osborne with SAS. We're glad to see that you're interested in learning more about SAS Visual Analytics. Visual Analytics offers tremendous power and ease of use, allowing users to be more creative and get more out of their data. Visual Analytics empowers analysts to become citizen data scientists by providing them with access to visualization and analytical techniques they may never have had access to before. These easy-to-use analytics spark curiosity and prompt more questions about the data. Curiosity is a catalyst for innovation, and better questions lead to better answers. Let's get started. This is Visual Analytics. On the left, we have access to data, objects, and an outline of our visualizations or reports. In the middle, we have the workspace. On the right, we have context-sensitive menus. Clicking Data expands the data menu, granting us access to our variables. In this data, we have categories, hierarchies, and measures. Users can drag and drop variables and have Visual Analytics auto-chart them. If I take a category variable and drag it over, Visual Analytics generates a bar chart. Users can change the visualization on the fly by clicking the double left arrow here in the top right, selecting Change Auto Chart to, and you can even search for the type of visual you'd like to replace it with. If we go back over to the data pane and select all of the measures, we can drag them onto our workspace. When you drag all of the measures onto the workspace, Visual Analytics generates a correlation. This is an entry into Approachable Analytics. Correlation is used to gauge the strength of relationships between variables. It's often useful to help validate that the data is telling us what we think it should. There are often relationships we'll expect to see in the data. If they aren't there, it might lead us to ask data-driven questions of the people providing the data to get additional clarity. In this example, there's a strong relationship between white paper downloads and total pages visited. Clicking on Objects expands the Objects pane. Here we have access to select the type of object we'd like to add to our report or visualization. For our final example, I'm going to drag a time series plot onto the workspace. Next, on the Roles tab on the right, I'm going to add visitor date for my time axis. I'm going to remove frequency and add visitor engagement points and select OK. Responsive design gives me the ability to resize my objects on the fly. This creates a line chart. If I go back to my roles and click Show Forecast, I can change the simple line chart into a forecast analysis. That was a quick overview of some of the capabilities of SAS Visual Analytics. I'm Mary Osborne. Thank you for joining us.
All right, let's start some hands-on SAS training. There is a lot of information at the SAS website. You may choose to look at the different learning paths: independent learners, students, and instructors. By clicking the instructor learning path, it teaches you how to register and create your course. You'll also find videos and quick start documents. There's also training that can be done by your student. Another area of the SAS website that you may be interested in using will be at Insights and Trends, clicking on Analytics. Once clicking Analytics on the SAS websites, you'll come across Analytics and Insights articles. Scrolling down the page, you'll come to an area that covers some of the information we already discussed in this training, such as data mining, predictive analytics. It also covers statistical analysis. Teachers may be interested in using some of the links to increase their knowledge of basic statistics. On the SAS website, there are many ways for educators to get additional training. You may go through the My Training portal, perhaps find a course. There is e-learning available, live web classes. There are also training at different locations. At the SAS Curriculum Pathways website, it provides free learning for K through 12 and beyond. It is designed to increase student achievement and enhance teacher effectiveness with proven tools, resources, and apps free of charge for K through 12 and beyond. The SAS Curriculum Pathway provides web-based curriculum resources in all core disciplines accessible via single sign-on through a variety of learning management systems. It began in 2008, and since then, more than 2 million teachers and students around the world use this website. Benefits include it targets higher order thinking skills, takes a learner centered approach, presents math concepts in a clear, concise, and engaging manner, integrates content and technology into the classroom at no cost to educators, uses formative and summative assessments, and draws from a variety of instructional strategies. We've covered a lot of information on data analytics today, but before we end, let's go over a summary and our take home message. Data analytics is an emerging technology with many uses within the classroom. Through gathering data and data analytics, teachers can see trends that may give them insights on their students and their own instructional techniques. How student data is collected and implemented will determine how well the data supports the instructional design making by teachers and by administrators. Before we close out, let's quickly watch this video that summarizes the key components of data analytics in the classroom.
How do data help teachers? Teachers have access to more quality data about their students' performance than ever. This information, when combined with content knowledge, professional judgment, and quality training, can be used to improve outcomes for kids everywhere. Let's follow a teacher, Ms. Bullen, and one of her students, Joey, to find out how data help teachers and their students succeed. Before the school year starts, all teachers receive appropriate role-based access to data on their students' past performance, behavior, and attendance. This enables Ms. Bullen to set goals and create working groups specifically for her class. Throughout the year, she uses data and her experience in the classroom to see where Joey and his classmates excel or struggle and targets her instruction to meet their needs. Ms. Bullen uses data about Joey's performance to show his parents what he's learning, how he's growing, and where he may be struggling. She also talks with Joey about his own data, and they work together to set goals. Throughout the year, Ms. Bullen and her principal review her performance data together to evaluate how she's doing with different students, standards, and concepts, and to note strengths and opportunities. Her principal uses information to help identify the best ways to support Ms. Bullen and her colleagues. Ms. Bullen and other teachers meet regularly for training and to use data to solve problems and identify promising practices. They also have access to powerful tools that let them know when kids may be getting off track. Midway through the year, Ms. Bullen sees that Joey is at risk of failing. Ms. Bullen works with Joey, his parents, and his other teachers to get him on track. By the end of the year, Joey's data shows that he's on track for success, though he'll continue to need support. When teachers are empowered with data, everyone does better. Learn more at dataqualitycampaign.org.
In closing, there is a lot of information about data analytics in the classroom. Some of the information I gathered were from the following resources: 3 ways student data can inform your teacher, best practices using data in the classroom, data literacy for teachers, teacher data literacy, it's about time, and what is data analytics. There are also additional resources on YouTube. Please feel free to continue your search on information on data analytics in the classroom.